man, I mean, on your station.
My life is so beautiful. You know, say yeah, it's all about bread, man.
And I say this is the original Chronic saying. You're tuned into the original bread man. Keep it locked. Rastafari said that. Ease out.
Yeah, you don't know this is a girl Bad Girl CC representing for bread man.
All who genuine bread man, reroute them. And all who are touch, we mute them. Them no smoke, them no sick, them no have pink eye, but them yeah in red. Yeah man, bread man. We're better than everything. All stead man.
How you doing, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the Leon the Breadman channel. This channel is really about things that I love and maybe that other people would love. I would like to share out there. If you see the description of my channel, I really put that it's going to be about sharing knowledge, and that's something that I'm always about. I believe that knowledge that I acquired through my life should be dispersed to people that I interact with. And with this age now, with YouTube, something like this that's what I'm going to utilize this channel for. So Leon the Breadman is basically a person that loves a lot of different things, so you're going to get a lot of different format, different knowledge and different things. I love food, so you might see some stuff with like some dishes. I'm not really a chef, but I'll show you stuff that I like, maybe you might like. I definitely like knowledge. You see the knowledge of history. You see the first video that I posted to this channel about Marcus Garvey. This is something that I love, not just particularly Marcus Garvey, but studying history and little trivias in history and little things that I've acquired, knowledge of history that I've acquired. I'm gonna try and disperse that through this channel also, so maybe somebody might benefit from it in some way, shape, or form. Other knowledge that I might not have, you could even leave a comment in down below if you'd like something for me to study and really try and do a video on. I have friends that have different knowledge and everything. I'm going to visit them. I have friends that are mechanics, so that if you have things about your car, I could visit them and do a video with them. I'm going to just basically, like I said, try to spread the knowledge through this video. Then as far as in the mind of Leon the Breadman, I hate talking about myself in the third person just like this, but I'm also gonna give you a sight of like how I think, and even if that could be a benefit. If it's not a benefit, then I'm sorry that I couldn't help you. But if it is a benefit to you, I just like to just show me some love down below, or just give me a like. And hit a subscribe too, because I like to grow this channel, and the more subscriptions, you know how YouTube runs, the more subscriptions you have, the more your videos really get circulated on this platform. So please just subscribe, hit that bell, so the next video that I make, that you will get notified that I just dropped a video, and we'll see how you really love this. Let me give you a little insight about me, like even like when I say spread knowledge about like the way I think. Visit my Instagram. My Instagram is breadman876. And even when you see my Instagram page, you'll see one of the mottos that I've been carrying through a good part of my life. And that is, if you stay positive, just staying positive will bring you blessings. I think I wrote it down there: stay positive and you will be blessed. But this is something that I truly believe in. And I'm not sure if everybody out there believes in that. Sure, some people don't even understand what I mean by that, staying positive. But those of you that do, this is for you. And let me really get into the midst of what I mean by staying positive. There's a lot of times in life where we're going to go through different turmoils and different difficulties. And life is not easy. That's not how this life is. We're always going to have these difficulties. You're going to lose people. We're just coming out of COVID, where a lot of families lost a lot of people. This is like a time in history where the world is hurting right now. And this is where my mantra, staying positive, really has to resonate right now, because a lot of people, it's hard for you to stay positive when you're going through so much difficulties. But it's something that you're going to have to do, because what I've realized in this world is that when negativity happens and you just take that negativity and you try to spurt out more negativity around you, it brings more negativity. And let me just give you an example. Like, you might wake up in the morning one morning, and as you get out of bed, you stump your toe on the bed or something like that, and you just like, and it just changes your attitude. right there. And I don't know if that ever happened to you before. That's happened to me, but that attitude, you may be late for work, or you're running out, and it's just like that anxiety that you're feeling, it just keeps carrying on. You're worried, certain things that you worry about, they come to you. You realize, I knew I should be worried about it, but sometimes you just have to really like push through that and say, like, you know what, this stump toe that I just got up, that's not going to change my day. I'm not going to get angry because you're going to go outside and you're already in that attitude, and probably the first person you met outside, they could be in a good mood, but then that attitude that you have because you're so upset that you just stumped your toe, they might say, hey, good morning, how you doing? And you're like, yeah, how you doing? And they can sense that. They can sense that negativity that's already floating around you because of that little stumped toe that you just had a few minutes ago inside your house. But on the other hand, now, if you came outside and you was in that positive mode, even with that stump toe, you tried to stay positive, and you see this person, they say, hey, good morning, how you doing? And you say, hey, good morning, how you doing? Long time, and you might have a conversation. These conversations that you have with these positive interactions usually are very fruitful. But interactions where you have that negative vibe in you, and that people don't want to even relinquish any information to someone that's like that, because that negativity makes you kind of like, blocked off. You're blocked off from receiving. So this is why I really believe that staying positive brings you blessings, because I know that staying negative does not bring you blessings. Staying negative, I've proven through my life that it just brings bad things after bad things after bad things. I'll give you a story, not even in my life, and not in my father's life, in my grandfather's life. This is a story that my father told me when I was very young. And when I started thinking about the staying positive thing, I thought back to that story, because when he told me that story, I knew nothing about it. I was a kid. I knew nothing about staying positive. And it was like on a different spectrum of positivity. It was a real negative story where my grandfather wanted my father to do something in the yard. We lived back in Jamaica. I was born in Jamaica. My father lived in Jamaica. We were in the more country, rural parts of Jamaica. We're not in Kingston. We're not in town and all that. So it's more like a farm setting. So my grandmother used to sell eggs, and she had a sign that was on a post that had the prices for the eggs. That sign was now outdated, and my grandfather wanted my father to take the sign off the post. My father just kept doing what he was doing, and he never took the sign off the post until my grandfather got very upset with him, and that's where the negativity came in. He was so upset that he took the hammer and said, forget it, I'll take it off the post. And he walked over there, and to pull the rotten piece of wood that the sign was made out of the post, there was one nail holding that piece of wood in the post. And he could have just took the back of the hammer and just easily just pried the nail out. But because of his anger, he just went and he yanked the nail out, and he ended up injuring himself because the hammer came back and hit him in the face, actually kind of damaging his eye. And when my grandfather was in his later years, he actually died blind. And nobody knows if that injury was the catalyst to this injury, him going blind in one eye. He ended up having cataracts, I do know that, but he started wearing the eye patch. I remember when I was young, my grandfather used to wear an eye patch on one eye, and I always asked him why, and that's when my father told me the story. And when I think back to that story, I was like, boy, if he didn't let the anger engulf him that way, he probably wouldn't have suffered that injury. And I've gone through situations like that in my life where I ran out my house angry at someone because I was in an argument, and I end up like stumping my toe, or like I closed my finger in the garage door one day because I was upset. And these are the things that you got to avoid. You can't let rage and anger get over you, because I'm telling you, you're never going to make good decisions, and you're never going to get any blessings when you're spurting out that energy, because we are creatures of energy. We're creatures of frequency and energy. And when you're putting out energy on that frequency of negativity, that's the only thing that you could receive. You get what I'm saying? That's why I say frequency. If you're sending out a negative frequency, that's the only thing that you can receive, because that's the only thing you can connect with. But when you're sending out a frequency of positivity, that's when you connect. And that's when you receive those blessings, because blessings are positive. You know what I'm saying? And these, now, one key thing before I let you go, because don't think that because you're always, because the world is not made up of just pure positivity. There's an equilibrium. There's negative and positive frequency constantly flowing through everything, especially through human beings. So the way this world works is that you're not by yourself. You're also a collective. All 7, almost 8 billion of us on this planet, we're all part of each other. We just didn't figure it out yet. I'm not saying I'm smarter than everybody, but I feel that. And that's the reason why certain things will happen. Like this, what we just went through, this negative 2020 year of all this just like dying and turmoil and grief. This is a collective negative thing that's come, because we've just went through years of pure negativity. Years of negativity. All around the world, world leaders have been elected that's just stirred up a lot of negativity. Not just Donald Trump in our country. If you check the stories all around the world, there's been world leaders that's just been popping up, and they've been very disruptive, and they've been just a catalyst to this negative vibe that's been engulfing the world. And I felt that something like this was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to be a plague, but I know that there had to be something with that frequency that's being sent out there. And I tried to stay positive through it. I was going through a lot of stuff through my life before that, but thank God that we're here on the other side of this pandemic. I'm not sure that if we're fully out of it yet. They're saying that it looks like we've passed the worst part, but thank God that we're fully like through that whole dying part where people were just dying left and right. And now we can start to rebuild. And now is when some of us that have been in that negative rut for the year, we're going to have to start to try and be positive again, to try and get those blessings coming back to the human race. You know what I'm saying? And they're coming, because we can't stay, like I said, it's an equilibrium. We can't stay on that side of the spectrum for too long. So it's coming. And that's why you hear these sayings like there's always a silver line into that dark cloud. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel, because it can't stay in one way for too long. And just like when we can't just have prosperity for too long, we're going to have some of that negative in things, because one thing about these negative instances that happen in your life, one of my ways of really looking at a positive way of negative things happen in my life is that everything that happens to me that I feel that is negative, I look at it like it's a lesson that I'm supposed to learn, so that I don't repeat it or it doesn't happen again. And you just have to try and find that lesson in every little turmoil that you're going through. So when you lose that job, you look at the lesson like, why did I lose that job? Was I really supposed to be at that job? Is it time for me to move on and I just didn't know it? Sometimes that it's just that. Sometimes it's not even your fault why you lose that job. It's your time to move on. It's your time to grow. And sometimes you need that push, and the universe and God is going to give you that push. And you may look at it as a negative instance in your life, like, damn, I got fired. But no, it's not a negative instance. You're positive, and you keep your eyes open, and you'll see that next opportunity, and you wonder like, wow, 10 months, 6 months later, a year later, you look back and say, wow, I thought it was the end of the world last year, and look at me now. So guys, if you take anything from this little video right here, like I said, that is my mantra: stay positive and you will be blessed. And I truly believe that. And that's just one of the little bread from Leon the Breadman that I'm going to be giving you on this channel. And like I said, please hit me with a subscribe, hit me with a like if you like this video. And I'll see you next time. I'm going to continue giving you knowledge like this. All right? See you guys.
Bread man, make myself your life is not a dead man.